All right, welcome to the first episode of the Iron Pod. Very excited to do this. Um, so here on this podcast, we're going to be talking about a lot of different sports, including football, basketball, baseball, hockey. Um, I'm glad to introduce my friend Justin Schwartz. He goes to Marist, runs track, and my name's Aaron. I go to St. John's. Don't run track like Justin, but still,
St. John's doesn't have a men's track team.
yeah. I mean, we still both love sports, so
Yeah.
there's a lot's happened recently. Jaylen Brown got Jaylen Brown got traded to the 76ers in a surprising move for Paul George and two firsts and two seconds. I don't know what you think about that. I don't know what you think about that, but
Well, I mean, for me personally, it came for a shock. I don't think really anyone had the Sixers on the destination list for Jaylen Brown, especially given that Boston just blew a 3-1 lead to them last playoffs. I really don't think they'd be making really any deals with Philly, especially for one of their best guys in Jaylen Brown. I mean, the trade also confused me because why are you really swapping Jaylen Brown for Paul George? It just feels like it's just a very odd move. It feels like for Boston. Like, I mean, I think we all knew Jaylen Brown was on the move, but for Paul George, I mean, it feels like you're trading for an older Jaylen Brown. That's not to knock Paul George at all. And I mean, his you don't really save any money trading for Paul George. It's like you still owe him like what could be up to
he's being
50.
paid a good contract.
Yeah, you still owe him a lot of money. I think his cap hit this year could hit up to 57.1 million. So. I mean,
I'll look at
it'll
the
be interesting
contract.
in Boston. I feel like they might be opening up space for other guys, maybe like Peyton Pritchard to take that next step. Could be. That's what I think about it.
Yeah, I mean, personally, like when I saw the trade, I was like very confused, like you were, probably like everybody else was.
I
Uh,
gasped when I saw my phone.
yeah, I wouldn't say it's like Luka Doncic's bad, but like just seeing this, like, obviously they blew a 3-1 lead. They're heavily favored in that series. And then Jaylen Brown, he's getting floated in the Giannis rumors like, oh wow, they could get, Giannis Antetokounmpo, you know, pairing one of the top five players in the NBA. Probably like one of the most like dynamic athletes we've ever seen in the
I mean,
game.
Giannis was supposed to go to Boston, but I think from what I heard, they didn't want to give him like a 3-year supermax, so he like ended up denying the trade, and they
Yeah,
didn't.
like
And they were protecting, I think, Baylor Shireman and Hugo Gonzalez. I mean, I feel like for Giannis, you'd get those guys up no matter what.
yeah, and it's like you keep hearing all these rumors like, oh, maybe Jaylen Brown won out or something. This trade felt like really forced in a way because like no, I'm not trying to knock Paul George at all, but like he's obviously not in his prime anymore. He's still a good player, but like
And I think he
it's
had a much better season last year than he did his first year in Philly.
yeah, I probably, but like it's still like very puzzling move. I mean, yeah, it went from potentially getting Giannis and now trading him for Paul George, two firsts and two seconds. When I saw it, I was like, I kind of figured like maybe there's a third team in the deal that hasn't been discussed yet, or maybe this is like some big trade like the Harden trade back in the day, where
Yeah.
there's like five or six teams. This just like feels very weird. I keep saying that, but trade Jaylen Brown is one of the better players in the NBA currently.
Of course. I mean, he
And
averaged like what, 28 this year
yeah, and I mean he held the load considering Tatum was out like
for a
probably like
majority of the season.
yeah, he tore his ACL and Jaylen Brown was playing as a number one player. You keep him and Tatum, like they still have a good chance. I mean, they
Yeah.
did win a championship a couple of years ago, but like it's like I don't know, I don't really understand this. And the 76ers, on the 76ers part, this is a very good trade for them. I mean, just having him along with Joel Embiid and Maxi and Edgecombe, like this could be one of the
Definitely seems
better
like they can be
teams
a
in the
very good
East.
starting lineup. It's going to be a very interesting year for both Boston and Philly because, I mean, I don't know. I really feel like Boston's not one of the most feared teams in the conference anymore after this trade. Because, I mean, you just gave up your second best guy for just an older version of him. So I really don't feel like Boston's like as feared as they were coming into, we'll say, the 2024-2025 season, because everyone thought this year was going to be their gap year because obviously Tatum was hurt, but they ended up like winning what, 60 games. But
Yeah, I
like I feel
mean,
like the Celtics aren't like being talked about as like a this feared team anymore because after that trade.
yeah, I mean, they ended up being a 2 seed last year, even with all the adversity, and now it's just they kind of sucked it all the way, like you said, and 76ers are basically going to be very good next year, and the Celtics will we'll see. Obviously, they'll probably be a playoff team, but you just remove one of the bet probably, in my opinion, the best duo in the NBA currently. Tatum and Jaylen Brown would beat any duo right now, probably. It's
Yeah.
just it doesn't make sense to just like tear it off. And it's also kind of like a message saying like when they're floating around the Jaylen Brown rumors, just like exclude the trade in general, like that they weren't going to compete with the Knicks. That's a part of me thinks that that's what they're thinking, but I don't know.
And I still think they very much want to compete, Boston. I think they're still in compete mode. I mean, you still have Tatum, who is, and I need a Jason Tatum age quick check quickly. I mean, you said Tatum, who's not even 30 yet. He's 28, so I mean, he's approaching 30, but you're still going to get a good amount of high level basketball out of Tatum, even after the Achilles injury. Well, I mean, honestly, maybe with the Achilles injury, it hurts him a little bit, but I mean, he wasn't bad when he came back at all. He still was just a good player, but I mean, I think fully healthy next year, he'll put up much better numbers. But I mean, I feel like it's gonna hurt not having Jaylen Brown there anymore. Someone take the pressure off him.
Yeah, I mean, even coming off the ACL, Tatum averaged 21.8 points. Yeah, 10 rebounds a game actually too, which
Yeah,
is a career high.
yeah. Still, I
You know, that
mean,
shows.
in 16 games, it's still a very
Yeah,
small sample size, but I mean, he still looked like he could play some good basketball even after coming off a terrible injury like that. I mean, you gotta see what he does fully healthy next year.
yeah. I mean, he's gonna have to really be a number one next year because Paul
Yeah,
George really isn't at all.
yeah. Well. Gonna be interesting in the Eastern Conference. I mean, it's still gonna be very competitive, but it's growing new monsters. And it feels like one of the monsters, Boston, just got much weaker because Jaylen Brown's gone and you replaced him with Paul George. I
I
mean,
know,
you
but
have Miami trading for Giannis, Knicks coming off a championship, Cle Cleveland running it back with James Harden, I believe.
yeah.
And just the East is still gonna be very tough. So we'll see how Boston fares against that competition.
I mean, listen, maybe they get LeBron, and I'm joking, but like, I
No,
mean, we'll see though.
LeBron would never go there after how much he tortured Boston in his career.
I mean, you never know. Well, like, they definitely relegated themselves, and
Yeah.
you definitely could have gotten a lot more for Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I mean, I personally thought, I mean, as a biased Nets fan, he was very linked to Brooklyn. I thought maybe the Nets could pull off that kind of trade for him because, I mean, from the moves we've been seeing them make, I mean, the Julius Randle trade, they just signed Keon Ellis, Mo Wagner, drafted Michael Brown Jr. I think they want to at least be a competitive team this year. I mean, I don't think they're going to be like top of the East, but I think they want to go for at least like a low seed, maybe a play-in spot. And I thought like this is going to be like the big swing they take, just like get them to a contending team. Because I thought there was definitely going to be more than just like Julius Randle, which I'm very happy about the Julius Randle trade, but I feel like there could be more that they're doing, but we just don't know it yet.
I mean, the Nets are like blowed out in a lot of trade rumors. At least I would say last
Yeah.
year, especially.
I mean, they had the cap
They like
space to make a big move and like get a either superstar or a guy that is a bona fide first option.
I think down the line the Nets need to do something like that, but this year probably I think this ship has sailed to be honest.
Yeah. And I
Definitely,
think I think just like this year is just more development. Michael Brown Jr. is a rookie. You still have Michael Porter Jr. coming up. I mean, we gotta see what they do with him because I think he's eligible for a contract extension. They've had talks with him, but I don't think anything's come of it. You have Julius Randle there. He's probably getting ball because he's going to be in a much bigger role, and who knows, maybe they can turn around and like be a competitive team, not the past 2 years that we saw from them.
I mean, Randall did resurrect the Knicks though when he
Yeah,
first came. When he first
yeah. Who
came, they
does to
were
another New York team?
yeah, and also with Michael Porter, I think they need to. I would probably lean towards trading him, but that's because he has a lot of value right now.
Yeah, I mean, if it can net you a superstar, I definitely like get rid of Michael Porter Jr. As much as I liked him in Brooklyn, he's the absolute baller, and he was really putting up numbers as Brooklyn's first option. But if it means like you're getting a much better player than Michael Porter Jr., that's not to say he's bad at all, but I would do it. But
No, I agree with you. So
it's a
another
long off
thing,
season, like, and moves can be made and possibly will. Speaking of moves, LeBron James has informed the Lakers that he will not be returning to the team, which is very shocking.
yeah, I know that's. I'm not gonna say it's shocking because like LeBron, I'm not gonna say he has like a bad personality at all, but like he just doesn't seem. I mean, he kind of shown throughout his career that he's not obviously gonna stay with one team. He left Cleveland for Miami a while ago and made like a whole big deal about it.
But it did come back, win him a
Did
chip. So
he
all
did.
was forgiven.
I mean, he did, but like it's just like at some point, I think he just has to retire. Like I'm not trying to hate at all, but
I mean,
he's
I
still
think,
producing very well, very good numbers, even past like even at this old age.
yeah, I mean, I think this year's going to be his final year, though. I think he's going to sign a 1 year deal with a team and maybe get one more finals run out of it, and then just call it a career from there. I mean, there's a lot of rumors pointing. I mean, there were the whole rumors pointing into the Warriors that they're trying to get him and Anthony Davis run it with Steph Curry.
Yeah,
Like
that wasn't happening.
that team in 2016 would just probably that could probably go 82 and 0. But I mean, that'd be really fun to watch LeBron playing with Steph Curry, even if they're both much older now.
The thing is with that, like I don't think it's just like why, he beat you three times in the championship, and he feels the need to like join them. It's just like at some point, just like stick with one team and deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all the
I mean, do you
basketball
feel like you're
players are
trying
gonna
to
leave.
compare it to like KD, like losing to Warriors with OKC and then joining them and winning chips?
Well, I wouldn't say it's like that because like the Warriors are kind of like past their like golden age in a way.
Yeah, they're past
Like
the Golden State Warriors era.
The Thunder were really good back then, but like then he joined the Warriors. Like that was like a really big deal because they already had
Yeah.
Clay and Steph in their primes,
Hmm.
and that's probably like debatably like one of the best teams of all time. Like just
Yeah, I
that
mean
core in
that
general.
broke yeah, I mean obviously the Warriors with KD broke basketball and kind of changed the trajectory of the NBA forever from July of 2016. I can't remember the exact date. I think it was July 7th that KD signed with the Warriors. No, I'm gonna do a quick check on that.
I mean,
July
regardless,
4th of July. So we're coming up on in 2 days. It'll be the 10-year anniversary of KD signing with the Warriors.
yeah, and they're dropping
At time of recording.
albums calling him a snake.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, without him though, they wouldn't have won won the three championships. They would have won the one,
I think they could.
obviously.
I think they could have did it without KD.
They could have like he was a big.
They were real. They won the year before them. What was it? The year before they won 73 and 9.
I'm not sure, but like he
Yeah, it was 20. Yeah, they won 73 and 9 the year before KD. I think they definitely could have won with or without him. They would have. That it wouldn't really been affected. They still would have won. Well,
it probably still would have impacted a lot, but like yeah. So we'll
I mean,
definitely.
where let's be the projections where we think LeBron's going. I think it's definitely gonna be a contender.
I think I think he's gonna go back to Cleveland personally.
Really?
What about you?
I want to say Cleveland too, but I feel like it's not going to happen. Like he already had the homecoming in Cleveland. He already got them their championship. I feel like his story in Cleveland is done, but I mean, I do like the going back to where it started. I mean, I honestly think that he could possibly go to, I don't know, this is really tough. I honestly think Golden State. I think he really wants to play with Steph Curry. That would be really interesting to see. I mean, they've played together in the Olympics, so I think they definitely have talked about like, yo, what if we play together?
I mean, that's what
It
him
would
and
be
Dwayne
real.
Wade did.
It would be really, really fun to see, even if they're both much older now, but still putting up numbers.
Yeah, I mean, they're both past their prime, but like, still, I think it's a pretty weak move if he did that. At
Yeah,
this point, like, Cleveland's probably the better team, but like, I think going to Cleveland would make the most sense.
yeah, but I think
Just
Golden
like,
State wants that like last finals run because, like I mean, Clay's gone. I don't think Draymond's returning. I think what,
no, Draymond's gone.
yeah,
He's good.
Draymond's gonna be gone. It's just gonna be Steph pretty much. So, and Steph Curry is, I believe, 36. No, he's 38. Steph Curry is pushing 40. You're not going to have him for much longer, unfortunately. So I think Golden State wants to get that one final run out of Steph. Just pair him with LeBron and just get that one finals run out of him, and
Probably
so
not.
he can ride off into the sunset. That is, I think, Golden State's vision
He
if they go for LeBron.
he's just gonna be riding off into the sunset without a ring. To be honest, without another ring, I think he's just gonna end up with four.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
so,
he doesn't have much left to prove. I mean, he's going to retire as one of the greatest shooters of all time.
yeah, I mean, all things that, like I always say, all good things usually come to an end,
Yeah.
but you never
One,
know.
yeah. I mean, Curry doesn't have much more to prove, but like, I mean, he's four-time champion, four-time NBA champion, one of the greatest shooters of all time. But what that one finals run, maybe that puts him up in the GOAT in maybe all-time debates. Maybe. I mean, I feel like we don't want to get into that. Maybe that puts him up. I mean, Curry is already like I very up there in all-time debates. I wouldn't blame people for having him in their top 10, honestly.
I don't think I'd put him in the top 10, but you like first based on like popularity, yeah, people are gonna say that. I His game is just like it's basically shooting. I don't think it's
Yeah, but I mean, he revolutionized the NBA pretty
he did.
much because
Yeah.
I mean, all these threes we're seeing now it's because of Steph Curry because he was that good.
Yeah, I mean it like you said, it helped revolutionize like the modern analytics of like how teams approach scoring. And that's kind of why you see like all these teams just like chucking threes in like stupid spots, you know. I mean, I don't support that personally, but like it's just like how the game has evolved.
I mean, do we think if let's say this happens, the Steph LeBron teammates happen, and Steph gets his fifth chip, do we think that puts him in Magic Johnson debates? Like, do we think that puts him
No,
as okay?
no way. No. No, Magic's the best point guard that ever played the game. That I really don't really have to say anything about that, but like Steph's a great all-time player though. I'm not gonna
Yeah. But do you think people would discredit it if just because they say like, oh, he teamed up with LeBron, like he needed a superstar to do it?
well, he needed Kevin Durant and well, I wouldn't say, well,
Well,
22
he
you didn't
he
have
won
Durant.
without KD
Yeah.
2022, and
It
before
definitely
that,
helped him.
it
But
yeah. I
in
mean, we don't have to debate. I think.
so
Well, are you saying?
yeah, so I think we should save this for another time. I think we need to address the Mendoza firing that happened on I think it was
Mhm.
Friday
Yeah.
morning. I I haven't actually talked to you about this like personally. Like I'm just curious like what your thoughts are on this. I
I
mean,
mean,
they were playing pretty bad, and this happened on the
yeah.
heels of the 4 game series of the Cubs where they got swept. I definitely have my opinion, but like I'm just curious what you think.
I believe as much as I like Mendoza as a person, I mean, I mean, I keep holding on to that 2024 NLCS run that, I mean, he got them from 11 games under and put them to an LCS. But I mean, I feel like unfortunately, as much as I liked Mendoza, it had to happen. Like the team was playing awful. You came into the season with such high expectations. All, the guys you signed have not been up to par or traded for. Example, Bo Bichette, although he's I guess
He's playing a lot
starting to
better.
find, he's starting to find it, but obviously it took him a while. And Freddy Peralta has just been an absolute mess. I don't know how that went wrong. But I mean, I feel like Mendoza this season was he wasn't the solution, but he wasn't as much of a problem as there are in this organization. I feel like there were much bigger issues than Mendoza. I mean, I feel like Stearns' roster construction deserves a little bit of criticism. I mean, I, you broke up the core. Nimmo, Alonso. I mean, McNeil I would have been fine parting with, but I think Nimmo and Alonso, Diaz too. And those were guys that Mets fans wanted to keep around, and you kind of destroyed that. Brought in a bunch of guys who are coming into New York City for the first time. Obviously, big market, big expectations, and they're trying to create chemistry with the team. It's all as well as we're in new positions. I mean, you're trying to teach Polanco first base, and then he's hurt. Bichette, you're trying to teach him third base, and he's never been a great fielder. Viento's first base as well, and he's got his own issues. But I feel like there are much bigger issues than Mendoza.
Okay, yeah, I would say I mostly agree with you. I'll say my piece. So I think this had to happen, to be honest. Like I completely agree with that. They they definitely lacked like a lot of enthusiasm when they played at least. They they seemed like very lost and there's like a lack of attention to detail when they played. Like I would say especially this year. I
Hmm.
I'm not gonna I'll briefly talk about last year, but like this year, like it's a whole new team and that's a big challenge, especially when you get rid of a lot of players that, have been on the team for years, you know, and they obviously haven't performed. This is either going to be a team where, you'd be saying, "Wow, what a great what a great job by David Stearns," or "Oh, this is a
Right.
disaster." Like there's really no in between for a team like this, to be honest. I mean, I definitely had high expectations, but and I'll also say Mendoza last year, I wouldn't say he didn't do. I don't think he did a great job either. 24 was a fantastic year,
Yeah.
and he definitely deserved manager of the year, even though he didn't get it. I mean, it went to Pat Murphy, but like tw the last 2 years have been very underwhelming. And
Yeah.
I think if you had a above par manager, at least last year, they easily make the playoffs. I
Yeah.
think some of the decisions he made, especially like the bullpen, and like it felt like he
Hmm.
was kind of conceding games in a way where
Yeah.
they just kind of expected them to be in the playoffs. And you could point at
Hmm.
games like there's this game in Washington where they're up by like so many runs, and he just the brings in Budo or whatever and blows the game. There's a lot of instances or games where it could say, if he managed this in a better way, you know, they would have made the playoffs last year. I mean, it was up to one game,
I feel
and
like bullpen decisions are like the hardest thing for a manager
they
because
are.
you could put in a guy who's like great, and then like if he just goes out there and sucks, so it's your fault. It's just it's such a tough thing to do for a manager. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, he has to communicate with the whole roster, and there's a whole. He has to
Yeah,
see like who's tired, who's like. He has to communicate with every single player on the team.
of
And
course.
I'll say something about David Stearns. So this year has been underwhelming, obviously, and like you can't really put the blame on Mendoza completely. I still about David, yeah. So about David Stearns, I'll say like in a weird way, I somewhat believe in him. I
Okay.
I still think he has. I still think he has a lot in the tank. We'll also talk about what Steve Cohen said after, but like the trades, I would say the trades last year they made sense except for like I mean, personally, I didn't like Mullins or
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, I
the
didn't like
bullpen
Mullins.
help was a good move until it wasn't, because a lot of those guys ended up not being great. I feel the only decent one we really got was Tyler Rogers. Helsley was absolutely blew up. Soda was, I believe, like meh, from what I remember.
Like the one criticism I would say is like he didn't tr like I personally felt they were short a starting pitcher or two. I think
Yeah,
if he traded for like I'm not saying you had to acquire like Sandy Alcantara or whatever. Like if you acquire like some all right starter, there wasn't really a lot last year on the market, but like it definitely would have it definitely would have helped a lot. That I'll say.
yeah,
And
that pitching definitely killed the team last year.
and during the off season this year, I kind of like I could see why they got rid of Nemo. I could see why they got rid.
Yeah,
I could definitely see why they got rid of McNeil. Diaz, I really didn't care about leaving personally,
yeah.
like a lot
I
of
mean, he's
people
also
did.
like in trouble now and has
Yeah,
sucked with the Dodgers, so I would say good on Stearns for laying off Diaz, even though like a lot of people were pissed.
and even the Alonso one, I'll say like I get not signing him to 5 years, but I think the way he approached fixing first base, I mean, it's a lot to like take on, especially with the guy when you had a guy the past 6 years that hit was a lock for like 40 bombs a year.
Yeah,
You know,
and
it hurts a
he
lot.
played like almost every game.
But I think it would have been fair to just, get an actual first baseman. I'm
And
not saying it has to be like Matt Olson territory or Freddie Freeman territory. Like, like
just
maybe
get
like a
someone that
Ryan
can play the
O'Hearn
position.
or a Paul Goldschmidt even. I mean, he's been great this year. But
Yeah,
like I
I mean
think
he re-signed with the Yankees.
I think he seriously messed up at first base, especially. And baseball is weird because like you could assemble these rosters and like if they just don't perform somewhat, it's a game of like inches.
Yeah,
If they don't
I
play
believe
up to
that.
par in certain situations, it's going to seriously affect you. Like you'll see great teams like the Padres in the past, they'll miss the
Yeah,
play. You'll see them miss the playoffs. Even these Mets teams, like on paper, they have a lot of talent. I mean,
of
last year
course.
they had a very weak. Their starting pitching was like lackluster, but like, on paper, this roster is like fine. I mean, you cleared up Nimble for outfield flexibility. You signed
Yeah,
Devin Williams, who's honestly been much better than Diaz. I mean,
yeah. I mean he just had his stats was very inflated from that like one bad week he had.
Devin Williams has been great, and Luke
Yeah,
Weaver's been great. Um,
yeah. I mean I believe Weaver's getting traded at the deadline. His value's high right now. It's just it. I mean the way things are going, the Mets are going to be big sellers at the deadline. So I'd say strike when the iron's hot with Weaver.
I personally don't think they should trade him. I think only if they give like a king's ransom for him, they should trade him. I
Yeah,
mean,
like
you
who's
got to.
really giving up a king's ransom for a reliever?
I mean, you saw what they gave. You saw what happened with Mason Miller last year. He's no Mason Miller,
Yeah.
Blake.
Well, Mason Miller's awesome. I mean, Luke Weaver's been great, don't get me wrong, but I feel like no one's really given up a Mason Miller package for a Luke
No,
Weaver.
I'm saying if like they give like some crazy package where it's like
Yeah,
or like I don't know if you know the what the Yankees did a while ago when they traded away Chapman or Andrew Miller. Like they got Gleyber Torres back and
yeah,
Clint Frazier, a lot of those guys. Like
right.
that's what you got to do. If those are the types of trades you have to like search out for. I don't
Yes.
think you could just be like, oh, you got to trade this guy. They still got to field the team for next
Yeah,
year. And
of
he's
course.
definitely like personally, he's probably one of the better relievers I've ever like seen touch the Mets uniform. He's a winning
Yes, he's.
player.
I mean, he was rough, but then he just became awesome, which has been amazing to see. If only the team's just been better around him. Been the only issue.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody should be. I think all the other relievers like Rayleigh, Minter, um,
Yeah, I think they could
Brazovan
definitely
even.
go. Yeah,
I don't think you could trade Devin or Luke at all.
yeah, no. I mean, like I said, if they come to us with an offer, if a team comes to the Mets with an offer they can't refuse, I'd say I'd be fine with parting with Weaver if he gets us like a huge return for him because I mean, teams always need bullpen help. If you got a guy who's when's the last time Weaver gave up a run? Let's not jinx him now.
April.
When there's a guy, if there's a guy in the market who hasn't given up a run since April, let's hope that still is the case. You're gonna want to get him. So I think teams will give up big packages for Weaver.
And another thing is like the standings are like kind of like clustered. You have a lot of teams that are like in the race. Like even the
Yeah,
Nationals are not even that far
the
from the
NL East
playoffs.
has been an absolute bloodbath this year compared to the AL.
Yeah, except for the Mets, because
Yeah, I mean, I think the in the NL, it's us, the Rockies, and the Giants are the only teams under 500,
I
and
think
the
they're going to be
Reds.
the obvious sellers.
Yeah,
There's not really much of a seller's market. I think they could really like do damage
yeah,
on that
they
front.
can definitely get a lot of value back
I
for.
mean, I mean their minor league system this year hasn't been up to par, I would say.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean I
as
mean that is cause like I mean we did bring up Benj, Ewing, McQueen,
yeah,
a lot of those
definitely.
guys.
I mean, yeah, I think they've definitely done a great job, like especially with the guys that came up, like you said, like all those guys, even Scott. I mean, he's not a rookie,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I mean
I would say,
he's performed solidly. I've seen some things to like from him.
I mean, I
I
would
feel like
say
he
like
was
the,
shaky when he first came up, and now like then he got hurt. What has he got the Tommy John?
yeah.
Yeah, and he's come back. I mean I think he can definitely have a rotation spot if he keeps performing like this for the future.
I mean, as someone who's worked for like the Cyclones like the past 3 years, he was probably like the most impressive pitcher I've seen by
Mm.
far. Like even more than McClain or Sproat or like Tong. Like honestly, he just like he came off as like a Zach Wheeler type pitcher.
Yeah,
That
he's
was
got a
like,
good fastball. I was at the game as when he pitched against Phillies. He was touching 98.
oh wow, yeah,
He's so
yeah. I mean, that was
he can be a solid pitcher in this rotation, and I'm excited for when he like now he's getting his real opportunity because getting injured after your rookie when he came up sucked when he had potential.
I think you have McClain and Scott in the rotation. Like those are two obvious like bright spots.
Yeah,
And even like a guy like Peralta. I mean, I don't know what your take is on
he's
him, but
definitely
like
gone at the deadline, I think.
if he keeps pitching like this, I don't know how they're gonna be able to like,
Yeah,
get like a
he's
decent package.
yeah he just keeps lowering and lowering his value.
I mean, you could obviously give him the qualifying offer, but they've exceeded the tax, so I think it's like a fourth rounder if they just like let him walk and don't trade him.
Yeah. I mean, I believe they haven't worked out the contract extension with him yet.
I I personally wouldn't give him like 7 years. I mean,
Yeah,
when they
no.
got him, I wasn't like,
He wants max Fried money from last I heard, but he's not getting that the way he's pitching. I'm sorry.
I mean, I personally think that max free contract's a little like overblown. I
Yeah.
don't think it's worth it for even him. Like, but Freddy Peralta, he even with Milwaukee, he was like a 5 inning pitcher, and
Yeah.
like I kind of like knew that when he was coming in. I didn't expect him to just like completely bottom out in terms of like performance. I mean, you'd
Yeah,
always
it's just been
see him
bad.
doing well.
I mean, I feel like no one expected him to have a near 5 ERA as a Met. I mean, I think everyone expected a solid pitcher out of him, and this is what we got.
He's probably gonna he's probably gonna do much better next season, but like I think it's just like a blip in the road in a way. It,
Yeah.
I don't think he's really someone you should invest long term on, but like he's still he's still a very talented pitcher. I mean, he
Yeah.
has the velocity in the tank. He's got an assortment of pitches. Like he's not. I don't think he's done at all.
Yeah. But it's who's going to give him the money that he wants.
I think he's just gonna have to take a 1 year deal,
Yeah,
if
just so
anything.
we approve it.
And I think the Mets could definitely pounce on that.
And
I
it
mean, he's definitely
worked out for Sean Manaea with the Mets, even though like it's kind of been a disaster since. Because after that he ends up getting hurt.
yeah. So I mean, being a GM is like pretty hard. I mean, you kind of see from some of this. Like I wouldn't say. like going into the year, I would have never like, thought they would be this bad.
Yeah.
What I would say like, oh, you know, they'll either be like good or like maybe it doesn't work out. Like when it doesn't work out, I'd kind of think they'd be like maybe like what, like 2 games under or like
Yeah.
this is just
Not
like
not like this. Not like one of the worst teams in the MLB.
this is just like very pitiful.
Really, really is. I mean, and
The
also the Yankees are going through their struggles right now. They've lost seven straight, so it's really bleak times in New York baseball right now. Even though the Yankees are pretty comfortable in the AL. I
yeah,
mean,
I mean the AL is like kind of like a joke to be honest.
yeah, they have a lot more leeway that like if they struggle, like they're fine because it's not really much teams to worry about in the American League. They're still only 3.5 games out from the division lead, and I believe they're one.
They
They're one of
dropped like
five
6 games in
teams
the
in the
standings.
AL that have a positive run differential.
It's ridiculous. I
Yeah,
mean,
the AL is just it's like a tale of two cities with them in the National League.
I mean, we'll save this for another day, but I think they definitely need to like jump in on the trade deadline and
Yeah.
really like go all in, because
Yes.
they haven't won since '09, but like still they've had a lot of chances. I think they need
Maybe the Knicks break that curse.
yeah, I don't think the Yankees are gonna win it though. Unless they trade for Screwball. I think they need to do that.
Yeah, the Scooble's definitely going to be on the move this year after how the Tigers have been.
Yeah, I mean they don't really have much of a chance. I mean
Yeah.
he's really carried them and even with them they're not doing good at all. I mean,
Yeah.
but listen, I think
It's going to
do
be
you
an
have
interesting
any
deadline. It's going to be a very interesting trade deadline.
yeah, so we're gonna close it out here. I mean, if you have any like t quick second thoughts, share them now. I mean, you got
I think
anything
I
to
got
take away?
nothing. I feel like I've gotten everything off my chest.
I mean, yeah, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode. I mean, this is a lot of fun. Peace out.